Good morning, students. Welcome back to mathematics class. So already in the last class, madam has completed a complex number, but chapter name is complex number and quadratic equation. So the remaining part of the chapter, that is quadratic equation, I will be completing. In complex number, we have discussed two exercises, that is exercise 5.1 and 5.2. In quadratic equation, we have only one exercise, that is exercise 5.3, and it's very important for the exam point of view, because from this concept quadratic equation, one question is there for your annual examination for 3 marks, right? So definitely from this exercise 5.3, one question is there for 3 marks. How to solve a quadratic equation. Already you studied in 10th standard, that is what is a quadratic equation and what are the different ways of solving that quadratic equation. Solving that quadratic equation or finding the solution for that quadratic equation, or it's also called as the root of the quadratic equation. So already we know that a complex number, a number of the form z equal to a plus ib or x plus iy is called as a complex number, where a is called real part and b is called imaginary part. Right? So, and a and b are what? Real number. Combination of real plus imaginary leads to one more number, that is a complex number. And you have been observed that while solving a quadratic equation, the roots of the quadratic equation depends upon your discriminant, that is delta. Delta equal to what? B square minus 4ac. The roots depends upon this quantity b square and 4ac, that is your discriminant denoted by delta. If b square minus 4ac, if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, that indicates roots are imaginary, right? Implies the roots are imaginary. Means what are the example you are solving this chapter in this concept quadratic equation, all the roots are imaginary roots only, right? Because real plus imaginary leads to complex number. That's why complex number and quadratic equation. So you are solving the quadratic equation whose roots are what? Imaginary only. So no example, a single example is not there. Roots are real and distinct and roots are real and equal. All the example you are solving this exercise 5.3, right? It's your exercise 5.3. So all the example if you solve means all the roots are what in exercise 5.3, all the roots are imaginary, right? So combination of real plus imaginary leads to a complex number. So for that reason we are discussing complex number and quadratic equation. And if this discriminant b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal, right? Already in 10th and you studied about this one. The roots are real and equal. And if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, the roots are real and distinct, right? The roots are real and distinct. Right, so as I told, you are not solving the examples related to roots are real and equal, roots are real and distinct. All the examples are related to all the examples what you are solving. So those examples roots are real and imaginary. Right. So let us see how you are solving that quadratic equation. Before that, what is a quadratic equation? Definition. Right. So general form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is the general form of a quadratic equation where a, B, C, what type of number these are? These are any real numbers, and A is not equal to 0. What happens if A is equal to 0? Suppose if A is equal to 0, 0 into x square will be 0 only. That leads to a linear equation. So it is not a quadratic equation, but chapter is on quadratic equations. For that reason, in the general form of a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are any real number and a is not equal to 0. If a equal to 0, then becomes a linear equation. This is a general form. But what is the definition of a quadratic equation? Right? Before seeing the definition of quadratic equation, what is an equation? When do you say an expression? Right? When do you say an expression as an equation? What exactly you mean by equation? So an algebraic expression. What is an equation? an algebraic expression which is equal to some constant or equal to 0. That type of algebraic expressions are given equation. Then question comes, what is an algebraic expression? An algebraic expression which involves a constant term, variables, and at least one mathematical operation. That is to be an algebraic equation. If algebraic equation is equal to 0 or equal to some constant, that algebraic expression is to be an equation. For example, if I take root 2, right? Whether I can call this an algebraic expression, it should involve a constant term and a variable and at least one mathematical operations. Right? So this is not an algebraic expression. If I write root 2x, it's a variable constant, right? So this becomes an algebraic expression plus 0 you can write, right? So if algebraic expression which is equal to 0, that is to be an equation. And if I write again algebraic expression 2x plus 3, right? This also an algebraic expression which is equal to some constant, then this leads to an equation. An algebraic expression which is equal to 0 or equal to some constant, that type of algebraic expression is to be an equation. And you are solving this equation. You are solving this equation, you are finding the value of x will satisfy this equation. For example, you can take this only root 2x equal to 0. Then what is x equal to 0 by root 2? That is 0. So x equal to 0 is called as the root for this linear equation or as solution for this linear equation I can tell. And even if I solve for this one, 2x plus 3 equal to 4, 2x equal to what? 4 minus 3, 2x equal to what? 1, x equal to what? 1 by 2. Right? So this is a trivial solution for this equation or one of the root for this equation. This is about the equation. Now let us see what exactly in my definition, in terms of definition, what is quadratic equation. So before to know that what is quadratic equation, we should know what is an polynomial equation. A polynomial equation of degree 2 is called as a quadratic equation. General form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And already we know what are different ways or different methods to solve that quadratic equation. So what is that polynomial equation? An equation of the form p of x equal to a0 x plus tn plus a1 x plus tn minus 1 plus a2 x plus tn minus 2 plus a3 x plus tn minus 3 dash dash up to so on an x plus to n minus 1, that is n minus n equal to 0 only, right? So this is said to be a polynomial equation in terms of x. It's x is a variable. We can take any variable. I told linear, that is expression, algebraic expression which is equal to some constant. Algebraic expressions are, there is no rule that I should take only root 2x equal to 0. I can take even root 2y is also equal to 0. These are such variables, right? So algebraic expression which is equal to 0, that is our constant set to an equation, right? So algebraic expression which involves a constant and variables. Variables means so there is no need that it should be only x only. It can be y, it can be z, it can be any variable. So this an equation of the form a0 x plus tn plus a1 x plus tn minus 1, a2 x plus tn minus 2, a3 x plus tn minus 3 up to so on an x plus to 0. Power of x goes on decreasing, right? So that is said to be a polynomial equation, where n is called as the degree of the polynomial equation. And what type of these numbers are? A0, A1, A2, A3, these are called as the coefficients of the polynomial equation, and they are any real number. And the first term A0 is not equal to 0, right? So this is a polynomial equation of degree n. If A0 becomes 0 means then it is not a polynomial equation of degree n, it is a polynomial equation of degree n minus 1. That's why we write A0 is not equal to 0. This is general form of a polynomial equation. A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is what? 2. What is the variable here? X is the variable. So if I take ax square, right, plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is a polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is what? 2. That is said to be a quadratic equation. A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is 1. That is said to be a linear equation. And if I take ax plus b equal to 0, right? So what is the highest variable? What is the highest power of the variable here? 1. right? So this would be a linear equation. A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is 3, that is would be cubic equation. If I take ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equal to 0. So this is a polynomial equation. What is the variable here? X. What is the highest power here? 3. So that is said to be cubic equation. A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is 3, that is said to be cubic equation. But for right now, we are concentrating how to solve this quadratic equation, that is an equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where roots you are writing as imaginary only, right? Real plus imaginary leads to complex number, right? So let us see how we are solving this quadratic equation. Before that, we'll write the definition. What is a quadratic equation? A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is 2 is called as a quadratic equation. A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is 2, right, is called quadratic equation. And we know that a polynomial equation of degree n has n root. If power is n, there are n number of roots. So if power is 2 means there are 2 roots. If power is 3, there are 3 roots. So power highest degree of the variable is 2. So quadratic equation has the 2 root. A quadratic equation has 2 root. So what is the general form of a quadratic equation? A polynomial equation whose highest degree of the variable is 2 is called as a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation has 2 roots. General form of a quadratic equation. General form of an quadratic equation. What is general form of quadratic equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is a general form of a quadratic equation where a is not equal to 0, right? A is not equal to 0. And what type of numbers these are? A, B, C. These are any real numbers, right? A, B, C belongs to any real number, and A should not be equal to 0. And there are 3 methods for solving this quadratic equation, right? So already you studied intense side. What are the different 3 methods for solving this quadratic equation? First is factorization method, which is very easy. And if you are not getting factor, you are going by formula method. And one more method is what? Completing by the square method. So there are 3 methods for solve this quadratic equation. That is factorization method. Factorization method. And second is formula method, and third is completing by square method. So these are the 3 methods for solving the quadratic equation. Right? Suppose if you are not getting factors, you are going by formula method. So definitely here the quadratic equation, what are the examples solving in exercise 5.3? We are not getting any factor because roots are imaginary. So we are not solving the quadratic equation related to factorization method. So we are solving by using formula method, that is x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, where b square minus 4ac is said to be your discriminant. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then the roots are imaginary. That's why I told all the examples what we are solving in exercise 5.3, the roots are imaginary. So for that reason we are solving using formula method. Even we can solve using completing by square method also, but comparatively formula method, right? Completing by square method is a little bit difficult. So for that reason, we will solve all the examples by using the formula. So writing a formula is very important. Directly should not write the solution for the quadratic equation, right? So you should write the formula. So if it is ax ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. So how to solve this quadratic equation by using formula method? X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. By using this formula, we can find the solution or roots for this quadratic equation. So first, you have to write the given equation in the standard form. Ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Find what are the values of a, b, c, right? Next, write the formula. Then you go for solving the example. Don't write directly what is the solution for this quadratic equation, right? And if someone asks you, what are the roots for this quadratic equation? So what is the highest variable here? 2. It is a quadratic equation whose highest degree of the variable is what? 2. It has 2 roots. So which are those 2 roots? One of the root is x equal to minus b plus the root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, or one more root is x equal to minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So these are the roots for it quadratic equation. This is first root is minus b plus root of b square and 4ac by 2a. One more root is minus b minus root of b square and 4ac by 2a. If I substitute these two values in this quadratic equation, it will satisfy the quadratic equation. So these are the roots for the quadratic equation. For that reason, by using this formula, we are finding the solution. And one is that is its conjugate. One is plus, one will be minus. And we are writing the roots for this quadratic equation as minus b plus root of b square and 4ac by 2a, or you are writing or. Right? Why you are writing or? Either I can substitute first root in this equation, or you can substitute second root in this equation. Together root we cannot substitute, right? But when things comes to when things comes to what is the solution? How many solutions are there? 2 solutions. But at a time, you are not substituting these 2 solutions. For that reason, we tell roots for quadratic equation is minus b plus root of b square and 4ac by 2a, or minus b minus root of b square and 4ac by 2a. So let us solve by using this formula. That is quadratic equation. Problems related to quadratic equation. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Right? So provided I told first to write in the form standard form. Right, find the answer of ABC, then use the formula, write the solution. So let us discuss example. By using this only, we can solve all the examples related to exercise 5.3. Right, so already many examples we solved in your 10th standard. Minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. And some students what they will do, first they will calculate b square and 4ac, then you will substitute in this formula and write the solution. Any method you can apply, it is correct. But finally, what the solution you are writing, we should write in the form of, because this quantity you are writing in terms of imaginary. So root of negative number leads to imaginary. I should mention here I. Right, so that is very important. So let us discuss some examples. First, we will go for work example, then we will go for solving the exercise problem. Work example. And what is root of minus 1? It is I. Root of minus 1 is I. What will be root of minus 2? What will be root of minus 2? So this root of minus 2 can write as minus 1 into 2 now. Right? Minus 1 is what? Minus 2. Root of a into b. Root a into root b. That is root of minus 1 into root of 2. What is root of minus 1? It is I. So this is writing as I into root 2. So directly, what I'll write? Root of minus 2 is I into root 2, right? Because under root negative it's an imaginary. Imaginary number is denoted by I. Suppose if it is root of minus 3, I will write as I into root 3, right? Suppose it is root of minus 4, I into root 4. What is root 4? It is 2, right? And if it is root of minus 5, under root negative it's an imaginary, right? So that is I into root 5. We denote I as what? Root of and minus 1. If it is root of minus 7, it is I into root 7. Right? So this is very important for us to represent because the chapter name is complex number, real plus imaginary. We should mention imaginary number here. So I indicates it's an imaginary number. First, we'll go for work examples. That is ninth work example. Solve x square plus 2 equal to 0. Right? Okay, let us write given. What is given for us? X square plus 2 equal to 0. You can use the formula or directly only constant term is there, so directly you can find the value of x very easily. Even because the coefficient of x is what is 0, right? So directly you can solve this by using direct method, not by using formula. Even you can solve by formula, so you get the same answer. So x square plus 2 equal to 0. Then x square equal to what? Minus 2, right? Then x equal to what? Plus or minus root of minus 2, right? So x equal to, because when I take x square minus 1 equal to 0, we'll write x square equal to 1, x equal to plus or minus root 1, because what is the highest degree of the variable here? 2. You should have two roots. One is plus 1, what is the root 1 here? 1, and one more is what? Minus 1. If I substitute plus 1, 1 square is 1, 1 minus 1 equal to 0, it will satisfy. And if I substitute minus 1 square also is what? 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So the roots for this quadratic equation is x equal to plus 1 or x equal to minus 1. That's all. We are writing plus or minus, right? Because there are two roots which satisfy this equation. Similarly, for the highest degree of the variable is 2. So there are two roots which satisfy this equation. One is plus root of minus 2, one more is minus root of minus 2. Both the roots we should mention, right? And we know that under root negative. What is under root negative? It is an imaginary, right? So x equal to plus or minus, it is I into root 2. So these are the two values of x which satisfy this equation. I told solve. What do you mean by solve? Finding the value of x which satisfy the equation, or finding the roots for that equation, right? This is the ninth one. Simple one. 10th one. Solve x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation if standard form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Let us solve this by using formula method. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Before that, write the given. So what is the given for us? X square plus x plus 1 equal to 0, which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, right? The first step you have to write the given equation in the standard form. Next, you find what is a, b, c. Here, a is equal to 1, b is also equal to 1, c is also equal to 1. What is a? Coefficient of x square is nothing, it is 1. What is b? Coefficient of x, nothing, again it is 1. What is c? It is a constant of plus 1. So a, b, c, all the values are 1. Write the formula. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Right? X equal to, what is b? 1 minus 1 plus or minus square root of b square. It is 1 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c also is 1 divided by 2a. What is a? 1. X equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 square is 1. 4 ones are 4. Again 4 ones are 4. 1 minus 4 divided by 2a. 2 into 1 is what? 2. And if you simplify this one, x equal to minus 1 plus or minus root of 1 minus 4 is what? Minus 3. Minus 3 divided by 2. Up to here only if you are attempting, you will not get total 3 marks. Only you are getting 2 marks because it is related to imaginary. We should mention the roots are imaginary, right? So under root negative is an imaginary. So real plus imaginary leads to complex number. So for writing this formula, 1 marks, and solving up to here 1 marks, 2 marks. And keeping the result with the imaginary number, mentioning it's an imaginary number, that carries 1 marks. That is root of minus 3 is a imaginary. So x equal to minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 divided by 2. So these are the two solutions to satisfy this equation. If you write in the form of minus 1 by 2 plus or minus I root 3 by 2, which leads to a complex number, but no need to express in the form of a plus ib. Just you have to find the solution, right? So this is real and this is imaginary. Real plus imaginary leads to complex number, but no need to find express in the form of a plus ib. Just you have to find the solution and mention the roots are imaginary. How do we mention if roots are imaginary? By denoting I. Under root negative is an I. So one of the root is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2. One more root is its conjugate. That is minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Right? Take. Let us see now 11th question, right? It's a work example. Root 5 x square plus x plus root 5 equal to 0. Or to solve for this quadratic equation, that is you have to find the solution or roots for this quadratic equation, and the solution and roots are written as definitive and imaginary roots, right? Okay. Let us take given equation. What is given equation? Root 5 x square plus x plus root 5 equal to 0. So which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Comparing this equation with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, here what is the value of a? A is equal to root 5. B, what is b? The coefficient of x, nothing is there is what? 1 is there? 1 is there. B is equal to 1, c equal to root 5. Right? Write the formula. For writing formula 1 marks is there. Compulsory, we should write after the formula. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Even directly, if you're writing here, there is a chance of deducting 1 marks because compulsory for writing this formula 1 marks there. And even if you're not interested, write the formula separately or calculating. Discriminant you are calculating separately, and finally you are keeping this minus b plus discriminant by 2a. That also is correct, right? But you have to calculate this separately. Calculate this separately. You should mention all that, or else directly formula is better, I think. Right? Okay. Write the formula. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. X equal to a is root 5, b is 1, c is root 5. B is 1 minus 1 plus or minus square root of b square, that is 1 square, minus 4 into a. What is a? Root 5. And what is c? Root 5. Divided by 2a is root 5. Now let us simplify this term. X equal to minus 1 plus or minus root of 1 square is 1, 1 minus 4 into root 5 into root 5 is what? 5, or root 5 whole square, square and square get cancelled, root 5 into root 5 is what? 5. 4 into 5 divided by 2 root 5. X equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 4 5 is 20. divided by 2 root 5, right? X equal to minus 1 plus or minus, what is 1 minus 20? Minus 19 divided by 2 root 5. Right? Don't multiply this inside. 2 5s are 10. It is a root. Cannot multiply the root. It is 2. Right? X equal to minus 1 plus or minus under root negative. It is an imaginary. That is I root 19. I root 19 divided by 2 root 5. So these are the two values of x. We satisfy the equation. One is minus 1 plus I root 19 by 2 root 5. One more is what its conjugate, minus 1 minus I root 19 by 2 root 5. Right? Take it. So this was work example. Now we go for exercise 5.3, right? So it's a very plus point for you because this exercise is very easy and easily you can hit that 3 marks question, right? All the examples are related to this formula only, right? Exercise 5.3. Exercise 5.3. Solve each of the following equation. Solve each of the following equations. First one, x square plus 3 equal to 0. X square plus 3 equals 0. Directly can equate x square equal to minus 3. No need of using the formula. If it is in the sign form ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, then better to use the formula. Solution given is x square plus 3 equal to 0. X square plus 3 per x becomes minus 3. Right? X square plus 3 per x minus 3, then x equal to plus or minus root of minus 3. Plus or minus root of minus 3, it is I root 3. Right? Okay. Next, second example. Second one, 2x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. 2x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So let us take first given. The given quadratic equation is 2x square plus x plus 1 equals 0, which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Comparing the given equations and equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, here a is equal to 2, b is what coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x here? Nothing is inside 1. b is equal to 1, c also equal to 1. Formula, let us set the formula. Minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Suppose instead of x square, if he has given 2y square plus y plus 1 equal to 0, that time what will take? What is the variable here? Y is the variable. That time we take as y. Y equal to minus b plus 1 square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. There is no rule that you do x only. You can give any variable, but usually we'll follow as an x as a variable. Substituting all those values, b is what 1, minus 1 plus or minus square root of b square, that is 1 square, minus 4 into a is 2 and c is 1. divided by 2 into a is what? 2. X equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 square is 1, 4 2s are 8, 8 1s are 8 only. 1 minus 8 by 4. X equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of, what is 1 minus 8 is minus 7. Minus 7 divided by 4. That indicates root of negative is an imaginary. You should mention it as an imaginary number, right? X equal to minus 1 plus or minus I root 7 by 4. So these are the two values of x which satisfy the equation. One is minus 1 plus I root 7 by 4. One more is minus 1 minus I root 7 by 4. Right? I told once again, I'll repeat. Up to here, if you are writing, right? Up to here, you are writing, you will get only 2 marks. Right? Writing formula, solving this one, 1 mark, total 2 marks. And writing imaginary part I, that includes 1 mark. So that's why till the end you should write the total solution. That is, I you should mention that, you should keep in your mind, right? So this includes 1 marks, totally 3 marks, right? Take it is minus 1 plus or minus I root 7 by 4. This is the second one. Third one. It is x star plus 3x plus 9 equal to 0. X star plus 3x plus 9 equal to 0. Let us solve this quadratic equation whose roots are imaginary. Okay. Given quadratic equation is x square plus 3x plus 9 equal to 0. Comparing this equation with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And finding the values of a, b, c. Here a, what is a? Coefficient of x square, nothing is there. What is there? 1 is there. Coefficient of x square is 1, a is 1, b is 3, and c is 9. Let us write the formula. Minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Substituting all those values of a, b, c in the given formula. B is 3, that is minus 3 plus or minus square root of b square, that is 3 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is 9 divided by 2 into a, what is a? 1. X equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 square is 9, 4 9s are 36, right? Divided by 2 1s are 2. X equal to minus 3 plus or minus 9 minus 36 is minus 27. 9 minus that is minus 27 divided by 2. Under root negative is an imaginary, right? So x equal to minus 3 plus or minus I root 27 divided by 2. A is what? 1. Right? Up to here also, if writing, you get total full 3 marks. Right? Further, if you want to simplify into simplest form, root 27, you can write as 9 3s are. So at root 9 is what? 3. Right? Further, if you want, but up to here, if you writing, you get total 3 marks. So further, if you want to simplify, minus 3 plus or minus I into 27, you can write as 9 3s are 27 divided by 2. Root 9 into root 3, root 9 into root 3, what is root 9? 3. So x equal to minus 3 plus or minus I into root 1 is root 3, 3 root 3 divided by 2. And maximum if you want to take 3 as common, right? If you take 3 as common, minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2. So these are the two values of x which satisfy the given quadratic equation. One is minus 3 by 2 plus I root 3 by I root 3. One more is what? Minus 3 by 2 minus I root 3. Last one more, fourth one. Fourth one, minus x square plus x minus 2 equal to 0. Minus x square plus x minus 2 equal to 0. Solution. Given the quadratic equation is minus x square minus plus x minus 2 equal to 0. So even directly you can solve by taking a as minus 1, b as 1 and c as minus 2. Better to convert in the form of standard form, that is ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. We will take minus as common and we will write in the form of standard equation of quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. If I take minus is common, right, it becomes x square minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. What is 0? This minus 1 was 0 by minus equal 0 only. So this becomes x square minus x plus 2 equal to 0, which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Right? Now the position of x is not positive. Even if you take directly by this also, you get the same answer. To avoid that confusion, just let us express in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Comparing this equation in the sign form, so here a equal to, here a equal to 1, b is minus 1, c is 2. Now let us use the formula. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. X equal to b, what is b? Minus 1. What is minus there? B is minus 1. At this minus, the value of b is minus 1 plus or minus square root of b square. B is minus 1, minus 1 square minus 4 into a is 1 and c, what is c? 2. Divided by 2 into a is 1. X equal to minus of minus plus 1 plus or minus square root of minus 1 square, that is negative for even number is what? Positive, negative for odd number will be negative, minus minus 1 square is what? Plus 1. 1 minus 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. 1 minus 8 divided by 2. So x equal to 1 plus or minus, what is 1 minus 8? Is minus 7 by 2. So under root negative, it's an imaginary. So x equal to 1 plus or minus I root 7 by 2. Right? So under root negative is an imaginary, that is I into root 7 by 2. So these are the two values of x we studied for the quadratic equation. One is 1 plus I root 7 by 2. One is its conjugate, that is 1 minus I root 7 by 2. Right? So that indicates if the roots are imaginary, right? If one of the root is a plus ib, if I take ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, if one of the root is a plus ib, that is a complex number because the roots are imaginary. If the roots are imaginary, if one of the root is a plus ib, then one more root is its conjugate. What is its conjugate of a plus ib? A minus ib. Right? Okay. In this class, if you have any doubt, means you can ask. If you have any doubt about in this class, means you can post and message in the chat box. Will explain. So now the student is asking what happens sir if I am not getting under root negative here. Right? Under root negative means that roots are not imaginary. Roots will be real and distinct. For example, if it is suppose for example let us take c as minus 2. For this example only we take c as minus 2. Right? C as minus 2. That is c as minus 2. Right? Minus minus plus 1 plus 8 is what 9. Right? So that indicates roots are not imaginary. Right? So root will be, so this we should not write. Only roots are 1 plus or minus root 9 by 2. That in that case roots are real and distinct. So roots are not imaginary. Suppose, right? So but for your exam, so any example they give, the roots are imaginary only. Suppose if you are not getting negative, that indicates somewhere you have gone wrong. But so by mistakenly question is only given wrong, that's their problem. But any example we are solving this quadratic equation, all the roots are imaginary. By chance, if you are not getting, just to check once again calculation. If calculation is correct, then the roots are not imaginary. The roots are real and distinct. But as of now, any example we have seen in, that is previous year, all the examples are related to roots are imaginary because it is a complex number. So roots we should get compulsory imaginary. If you are not getting under root negative, then roots are real and distinct. If you check any question paper you take previous year, one example is there on quadratic equation for solving quadratic equation, and the roots will be imaginary. If it is not imaginary, okay, well and good. Just write as just to check this calculation. If it is correct, just write the roots are real and distinct, right? Again, one of the students is asking if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, right? In that case, roots are what? Real and equal. So that, for example, this only. If this quantity, if I take b square minus 4ac is 0, suppose, right? Suppose is your b square minus 4ac. Suppose this value, what happens if this value is 0? In that case, roots are what? Real and equal. You are not getting imaginary roots and you are not getting real and distinct root. So b square 4ac equals 0 implies the roots are real and equal. So suppose this is 0. That indicates this total count will be 0 only. Right? So this total count will be 0. So minus 1 plus minus root 0 is what? 0 only. So this total becomes 0. Only what is left out with? 1 by 2. That is 1 by 2 only is left out. So since it's a quadratic equation, the roots will be, that is both 1 by root 2 and 1 by root 2. So the two roots are as it is 1 by root 2 only. Right? So in that case, roots are real and equal. So the roots for the quadratic equation whose discriminant value b square minus 4 is equal to 0 means roots are real and equal. So that root is 1 by 2. For example, if I take x minus 1 whole square equal to 0, right? So then if I take means x minus 1 equal to 0, that indicates x equal to 1. Suppose it is split by saying a plus b whole square also. In some cases square is there. So in that case both the values are same only. Or as best example, I take x square equal to 0. If I take x square equal to 0. So since it's a quadratic equation, it should have two roots. So both the roots are 0 and 0 can tell. In that case, the roots are real and equal, right? Because if you solve this one, x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If this total quantity is 0 means what is left out? Minus b by 2a. So these are the two roots which are real and equal. Yes, this example, right? So this example you can solve by taking a as minus 1. So you get the same answer only. To avoid the confusion purpose, just have taken as minus is common. Even if you take a as minus 1, b as 1, and c as minus 2, then also you get the same answer only. What is the final answer getting? What is the final answer for this one getting? This fourth one, I am getting as 1 plus or minus I root 7 by 2. Even if you take a as minus 1, so you get the same answer only, right? And just I'm telling you that the roots are its if one of the root is a plus I means one more root will be its conjugate, because no need of expressing the form of a plus I b. Just this I can write in this form also. 1 by 2 plus or minus I root 7 by 2. That indicates one of the root is 1 by 2 plus I root 7 by 2, and one more root is 1 by 2 minus I root 7 by 2. So these are the two roots which is in the form. I am telling that the roots are what? Complex number, which is in the form of complex number, that is a plus ib. Just I am telling, that is if one of the root is a plus ib means in a quadratic equation its conjugate. What is the conjugate of 1 by 2 plus I root 7 by 2? 1 by 2 minus I root 7 by 2. If one of the root is a plus ib means another root is its conjugate, that is 1 by 2 minus I root 2 by 7. No need of writing the form a plus ib. Just I am telling that the roots you can write in the form of a complex number. Yes, definitely remaining questions, that is up to fourth question we solved, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, and some examples. So in tomorrow's class will be continued. So tomorrow we'll wind up that exercise 5.3. Surely we'll discuss in the tomorrow's class. About JWE classes, they will inform you later, right? So you'll be getting the message. Still, we are concentrating on theory class. About that, you'll be intimated in the later. So in exam, you are using this formula: minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. For this formula, you are finding the solution of quadratic equation, and the roots compulsory. This quantity under root this quantity rating as negative. That is, roots will be imaginary. Right. So if this formula you should use. I told for writing this formula 1 marks, following this solving this quadratic equation 1 marks, the help of formula, and writing imaginary I, that carries 1 mark. Totally 3 months, right? So that's our told. First, to write the given equation sign form ax plus b plus c, write the values of a, b, c, write the formula, solve it, and lastly, don't forget to write I, that is imaginary. Compulsory, will get the root quantity as negative. That you mention as I. If you're not mentioning I, 1 marks will be deducted. And if you are not getting under root this quantity as negative, if you take positive, so keep positively just to check your calculation. If it is correct, means the roots are not imaginary, roots are real and distinct.